Hello everybody, Belmont here. We're going to talk about something a little bit different than gaming. Have you ever heard of Lincoln's lost speech? Yeah, Abraham Lincoln had a speech that was so elegant, so dramatic, so mesmerizing that the reporters forgot they had pencils in their hand to write it down. It was so engrossing, so impassioned, that they were hanging off his every word. Let's set the scene. On May 29th, 1856, the Illinois State Republican Convention met in Bloomington to help organize the new Republican Party, which was only founded 2 years earlier. About 270 delegates gathered at Majors Hall with the goal of formulating a resolution urging the U.S. Congress to halt the spread of slavery westward. The attendees adopted a resolution that included the language, quote, "We also hold that justice, humanity, and the principles of freedom as expressed in our Declaration of Independence and our National Constitution prevent the extension of slavery into territories heretofore free," end quote. Abraham Lincoln took the platform that day. His speech was roughly 90 minutes. Lincoln's law partner, William Herndon, said his speech was so full of fire and energy and force that it was logic, it was pathos, it was enthusiasm, it was justice, it was equality, it was equity, truth, and right set ablaze by the divine fires of a soul maddened by the wrong. It was hard, heavy, naughty, gnarly, backed with wrath. So to summarize that quote, I'm pretty much going to go out on a limb here and say he really, really liked it. He liked the passion that he had. Of course, for those of you that do not know, Abraham Lincoln was very much against slavery. He saw it firsthand and could not stand it. So, of course, that's what gave him the passion to make that 90-minute speech. Lincoln biographer Benjamin P. Thomas wrote, "The audience sat enthralled, men listening, thus like they're transfixed. Reporters forgot to write it down. No complete and authentic record of what may have been his greatest speech has ever been found. But at the end of it, the complete hall rocked with applause." What did Lincoln say to move his listeners so impassionately that they praised him? This speech, many people believe that this speech alone is what propelled him to becoming the President of the United States of America. He had his entire audience rally against the evils of slavery and the political evils of its defenders. The nation and its principles of freedom must be preserved, he said, adding that it was the responsibility of the Republicans to do it. There have been, throughout the years, several versions of Lincoln's lost speech, and several of them have been published. The most famous one was by Henry Clay Whitney, a lawyer and a Lincoln biographer. His version, it appeared in McClure's magazine in 1896. That's 40 years. So, many authorities reject it. because it's a 40-year gap in between the two. Not to mention, instead of putting it in the National Archives or, telling a legitimate press about it, he went to a magazine company. So you can't really say it's true or false. Personally, I wish that they wouldn't have been... It's kind of sad. I wish they wouldn't have been so enthralled to the point where they didn't write it down. As a history buff, I really like the idea of this quote-unquote lost speech. I just wish I knew the words that were said. But with no written account for it, it is lost throughout history. I just wanted to give you that little tiny tidbit. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.